I've never made any money. I've never wanted to work at anything but my writing. And every job I've ever had has solely been to pay the rent. And I've taken every chance I've ever had to quit, take a day off, call in sick, just so I could stay home and write. When you're young, this kind of thing is romantic. To say screw it all and chase your dreams is seen as courageous and brave. People salute you. And as you grow older, they no longer think of you as heroic. They see you as something else. Selfish, foolish, or lost. When I first met Tina, she had some divorce money. She wanted to have a party that would last a whole year. Naturally, I moved in. Tina could afford the rent. She could afford food. She could afford the booze. And all I had to do was write. Now, a friend of mine came to town. He had big dreams and bigger schemes. So I was all ears. He wanted to buy a coffee plantation in Costa Rica. Hank, I need a point man in Costa Rica. What you need is about $30,000 to get in the door on this. Is there anybody in your family who could back you? I went to the only rich person I knew. He was having an art opening. His photographs were these immaculate, shiny, high-priced, beautifully framed portraits of the gutter. Strippers, pimps, bums, and junkies. He stood there with his wife and his 2 kids, and his agent and his dog. I need 50 grand, I told him. $50,000. He just stared at me as if I'd insulted him. You could see it in his eyes. This is what they said. Hank, you've never had anything to gamble with. So you gambled with your whole life. You never went to school. You never got a good job. You never developed a sellable skill, a usable craft, or a practical talent. You thought you could make it on your art, and you didn't. Well, fuck you, I said. Fuck you and fuck the way the world works. And I walked into the street. I walked all over town. And I thought about never writing again. I thought about going back to school. I thought about becoming a carpenter. I thought about wearing a tie. And I thought about never being poor again. I walked all night. And when I finally got near home, I saw 4 men kicking and beating this black woman. She was a prostitute that I recognized, but she had crossed some kind of turf line into this Latino section. I tried to call the police, and a boy came over and hit my hand with a bat. I felt the sting of a broken bone. And after they dispersed, I limped over to the woman. Her eyes were swelled shut, and her face and neck were bruised. And together we walked to the hospital, just 2 ragged mules beat up by the night. Dear Tina, the world is odd and senseless, and I'll be home late.